Radical.
Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey to the world of flea marketing. Okay, we got that out of the way. It was a special day. It was. And I needed it to be a good rebound from the week before. The weekend before, it was not that great, all in all. And I needed this weekend to be fantastic and spectacular sales-wise. And just about everything that possibly could have happened to my favor happened. It was not even really that super hot of a weekend, not super humid too. So all the plans aligned and everything went really, really great for me, both on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the most noteworthy thing was the fact that near closing time, they closed there it was about an hour after this all happened. About an hour before closing time, I had a rush of sales. A rush of sales. For that day, I did about 150, and almost half of that came, damn near half of that came in the last 15, 20 minutes I was there. Never seen anything like it. And most all the sales except for one person bought about out of 360 controllers. They bought my Hulk 360 controller I showed off. I wound up selling that one. Yeah, I could let it go. I mean, a man can only use so many Xbox 360 controllers, so I let that one go. He got that one for $20. And that was the first of about $70 worth of sales. There was a group of 4 people that bought $50 worth of stuff. And the things that they bought, the 4 people, was Call of Duty Ghost on Xbox 360 for $20. It was, well, damn, I would say I got to pay the other person a percentage of it, but it was about 6 or 7 open packs of Pokemon cards. I can't tell you which ones it is. Sun, Moon, Jupiter, I don't know. 7 packs of open packs Pokemon cards. I put them in a comic book backing board and plastic bag. They got that. And the other things were, the hell's with the other things? The Ghost, Pokemon 20, the controller. Oh, yeah. And I told them that there was I made it up because I was appreciating them for buying so much, and I just wanted to have a thank you. And I said, okay, second game half off or something. I said they ended up getting a Batman Arkham Knight for Xbox One, and I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Excuse me. Now I feel good. Best to just get out of the way. Yeah. Now my nasal passages are quite clean. So all in all, $70, $50 attributed just to this group. And the interesting thing about these people that came by was the fact that it was none other than, you might remember about half a year ago, I had an upload talking about a lesbian couple, and they called me the Deadpool guy because I was wearing the Deadpool t-shirt. Literally, all this is happening, and they're my customers because they happen to like my Deadpool t-shirt. And then I mentioned that I had a store at a flea market, and then they came by to see me once, and they hadn't been there for half a year. But, I'm going to respect this guy because he's a big buyer now. So here's how it works. Y'all know how I feel about... It's not just they're a lesbian couple. It's a situation where she's female and he was born a she but trying to be a he. You know how I feel about that kind of stuff. You know how I feel. But I'm persuadable if it's customers. I know. I'm a hypocrite. I am. But something about money talking, For instance, if the GameStop ma'am came by my booth and started buying up all my video games, I might start by saying, hey man, what's up, dude? How you doing? But the more and more copies he bought of Call of Duty, you know what? He could literally, he could get me to call him a ma'am. So I do have a dollar amount. I wouldn't think he was a ma'am, but I would call him a ma'am, right? It just depends on how many Benjamins you want to drop for me to play along with your facade and everything of that nature, okay? Now, I failed to mention that Scooter Guy was there. Scooter Guy, guy that always shows up on a scooter. He was there. Also, you might know him as the guy that sometimes borrows money from me or asks to borrow money. But, you know, he actually that day, tell you what kind of a lucky day it was, he brought me money back that he owed me that day. So, yeah, everything was turning up roses that day. He was a bit squeamish because the couple, they revealed that their necklaces, he commented on how cool their necklaces looked. Their necklaces had vials of blood in them. You might know that Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton did this. And I think what happens is you put the blood in there with a little bit of vinegar, and I think it keeps it like from doing what blood does. I don't know the technical term of it, but it keeps it swirling around in there, and it freaks him out. Like he didn't like throw up or he didn't like look woozy, but I could tell it was freaking him out, the fact that they had the necklaces. Because once they left, he couldn't stop talking about the necklaces and everything like that. And I was going to tell him like, hey, you know what? Both of those, that couple, the woman and the boy woman, both of them, once a month, they ministrate. So, you know, that happens, right? So when it comes to, you know, bleeding, like women, you know, they're used to bleeding, right? So, you know, it sucks to be a female and have to deal with that. But a little bit of blood in a necklace ain't much nothing, right? But he just couldn't get over that. Like that bothered him so much. And I had to explain to him what was going on because he looked at me confused also. And I said, I mean, well, the one is born a female. And he was like, I could kind of tell. Like, yeah, you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell, right? And I know I'm probably wrong for it, but I was thinking to myself, like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, did she shave him off, or is she got that binder thing going on? Like, I'm not sure exactly how that works. Because I mean, you know, I know some females don't have a whole lot there, but I know there's something there, something there. It's just like, you know, am I wrong for like just being curious about that? And his girlfriend's name is Nicole. And one funny thing was, and I mentioned it, and they're really cool. They're really cool because he didn't mind when I was making some jokes about where she keeps getting all this money to give me for stuff. Because I looked at hands like, it's like money is magically appearing, but I don't see a wallet. And then she said, that's my boob money. And I just loved it. Just loved it. She's pretty fine. She's really fine. And, you know, I also had a thought. I know I'm probably wrong for this. I was thinking to myself, I wonder if she would ever want a real one, right?